It's pretty much a stone cold fact that this has been a crazy year for the WWE. Roman Reigns getting sick on the very first day, thus forcing him out of the day one show. Shane McMahon and the Royal Rumble debacle craziness that led to him getting fired. Brock Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble, of course. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Stone Cold coming back in the main event of WrestleMania fighting Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes leaving AEW, the company he built it up, and of course coming back to WWE. The Vince McMahon hush money, John Laurinaitis allegations, and of course ultimately Vince McMahon stepping down as not just head of creative WWE, but overall all of WWE, of course, giving the helms to Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan, and of course, who could forget his son-in-law Triple H taking over on the business side. We saw returns of Karrion Kross, Scarlett. We saw Braun Strowman return. We saw Johnny Gargano return. So many stuff has happened in the WWE this past year, but with that being said, you ultimately can admit that there have been some really, really great matches that the WWE has put on for its fans this past year. And in today's video, we will be discussing the top 10 WWE matches of 2022. Now, before I get into this video, I do want to make some disclaimers here. Number one, this top 10 list right here coming up, this is my opinion and my opinion only. You may not agree with some of the matches in this list, and that is okay. And if you do, well, hey, cool, good for you. Another thing I also want to bring up, NXT will not be a part of this top 10 list. I know I said this last year too, because this is actually the third year that I've been doing these top 10 matches for the year, but I'm always like the, naming out in my videos. And again, NXT will not be in this list. NXT UK or the other shows, like this is main roster, Raw, SmackDown, premium live events only. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, let us get right to ahead. The top 10 WWE matches of 2022. Coming in at number 10, we have Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, hell yeah. Versus Kevin Owens, WrestleMania Night 1. When the rumors first came out that Stone Cold was coming back, I'm not going to lie to you, I think me, along with the rest of wrestling fans, was excited. Someone like me who never watched the Attitude Era, like by the time I got into wrestling, Stone Cold Steve Austin was off doing action movies, you know what I'm saying? Like the film, like The Condemned. So to see Stone Cold wrestle for the first time in so many years was just so great. And I obviously think that Kevin Owens was an amazing dance partner. Obviously, Kevin Owens, who we signed with the company early this past year as well. I mean, this was a really, really good match. Stone Cold looked great. I thought Kevin Owens did a good job as well. This whole setup, this whole angle really was just a really good job by the WWE. And I thought from the match standpoint, it was so good. And the feel-good moment of seeing Stone Cold get that last stunner, get that 3 count, I had to have it involved in this top 10 list. So definitely deserves Stone Cold, Kevin Owens, coming in at number 10 for WrestleMania Night 1. Coming in at number 9, we have Big E versus Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar in a fatal 5-way match for the WWE title. This was at the very first WWE Premium Live event on January 1st, 2022, WWE Day 1. Now, obviously, we were supposed to have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, but Roman Reigns caught the C word. We all know what I'm talking about, obviously, and he couldn't defend his Universal title at the show. So they was like, well, screw it. We got to get Brock Lesnar. He's already advertised. Let's put him in this match. And if you actually go back and watch my WWE Day 1 review all the way back so many months ago, I actually said that this was easily one of the best matches of the year at the time. And 12 months later, I still agree with that. I thought the match was just amazing. It didn't last long, but it was just fast paced, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy. Of course, this was also the first encounter. Bobby going after Brock, which was exciting. And no, the finish wasn't too likable in many people's eyes. Obviously, Brock winning the title, ending the reign of Big E, which sucked because he just won the title like not too long ago. But either way, it was a really good match, and I had to include it in number 9. Anyways, coming in at number 8, this was a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team titles. This was Alpha Academy, this was RK Bro, this was Seth Rollins and KO. This was on the March 7th, 2022 edition of Monday Night Raw. Man, dude, you talk about tag team wrestling at its finest. This was just it, man. I mean, this was easily at the time like Alpha Academy, so good at what they do, man. RK Bro, this tag team. At first, I was like, I don't know how I feel about Riddle and Randy being put together, but over time, it was like by this point, I was like, yes, go for all for it. And of course, we all know Seth Rollins, at this point, he was trying to get his WrestleMania moment, KO. Well, we all know who he was facing at the big show. But, I mean, just a really, really good, let alone TV match, Raw match for the Raw Tag Team titles. The spot with oh my goodness, the moonsault into the RKO. My God, that had to be one of the best RKOs I've seen since the RKO on Evan Bourne. Like, that was just... that was good stuff. So, and if you haven't checked out this match, because it's Raw, like, you gotta check out this match. Definitely contention, and this is why it's at number 8 on the top 10 list. Coming in at number 7, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. This was for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania 38 Night 1. SummerSlam 21 was hard because we're all thinking Bianca got buried, Bianca got squashed. But at the time, WWE, with their long-term storytelling, bringing Bianca Belair back to dance, back to where she won it all, and facing Becky Lynch. I mean, the story leading up to this match, I thought was just so done well. And from a match standpoint, it was really good, man. Like, back and forth, just great action. There were even times in the match where, I'm not going to lie to you, I actually thought Becky was going to win. But Bianca pulled out. She proved on this night, just like she did the previous WrestleMania, she is the EST of WWE. She got a redemption. She won the Raw Women's title. Just such a surreal moment, man. And plus, her entrance, though, was really good, too, man. Like, Bianca's entrance was freaking dope. Just a great match, and definitely deserved to be at number 7 on the spot. Coming in at number 6, we got Seth Rollins, and spoiler alert, you're going to be seeing a lot of Seth Rollins on this list, rightfully so. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. This was for the Universal title. This was at the Royal Rumble 2022. You want to talk about stories. This story heading into this match with the Shield, I thought that this was just a perfect, well done, put together story. Granted, I knew Rollins wasn't going to win, even though they made it seem like he was going to win. This was just a really, really, really great match. There are just some wrestlers who have really, really great chemistry with one another, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, you can tell every time they faced off in the ring, rather it was at Money in the Bank, rather it was on an episode of Raw, an episode of SmackDown, these guys just had that chemistry, and here right now, seeing it at the Royal Rumble, this was no different. You had the power bomb onto the outside on the table, the counter from the spear to the pedigree, the curb stomp, the spear, Roman Reigns smashing Rollins with the chair, getting him back for what he did to him and Ambrose. I mean, again, the moment writes for itself. And I know, again, kind of like the day one match, the finish wasn't, I know a lot of people weren't too happy about the finish, but I thought, for me, it made sense because, again, the story, people seem to forgetting at the end of the day, that's what it's about, the story. So it made sense to why Roman Reigns did what he did to Rollins. But this match, I had to put it on this list. Coming in at number 5, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. This was the last man standing match for the Universal title at SummerSlam 2022. I never thought in a million years that I would include Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar on a top 10 list, let alone saying it was one of the best matches I have seen of the year. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, their match at WrestleMania 31 was really good, definitely up there, but the other matches they had, like the match they had at WrestleMania 34, or the match they had at this past year's WrestleMania, which I kind of see why, because Roman was kind of injured. The match here just stole it. And rightfully so, you know, with this being built up as the very last time that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are ever going to face off, they went all out in this one. I mean, there was chaos, there was mayhem. Brock Lesnar with the freaking tractor trailer, with the freaking just lifting up the ring like that, with the tractor. I'm like, what in God's name am I seeing here? Lifting up the ring like that. Like I have never seen that before, man. Like it's crazy. And then of course Paul Heyman getting that 5. Theory coming out there. This match was just everything you wanted to see in a chaos and mayhem. And in the end, Roman Reigns standing tall, that image. My God, what a sight to behold. Definitely well deserving on being on the number 5 list. Coming in at number 4, we got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle for the Universal title. I was excited for hell for this, that them being in Cardiff, Wales. There was definitely a big fight feeling, you know, like before you knew there was a big fight feeling, but once Drew made his entrance, once Roman made his entrance, once the match was announced and the two had to face off, the crowd buzzing at an all-time high. Oh yeah, I was like, we're here, folks. We are truly here. Just all around great action from Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre. Theory coming out, obviously trying to cash in. Tyson Fury getting involved. Solo Sikoa ultimately the reason why Roman Reigns won this match. I mean, this was just great drama all around. And oh man, I was like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna put it on Drew, and then Roman wins. Which, hey, is Roman, you know, that's my boy. But man, you know, I wouldn't have had a problem if Drew McIntyre would have won this match. And just a really great match if you haven't checked it out, man. Definitely well deserved on being on number 4. Coming in at number 3, Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at night 1 of WrestleMania 38. Early in the year, Cody Rhodes made the shocking appearance and decision to ultimately, him and Brandy leaving AEW. It sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling world because Cody Rhodes was a guy that, you know, you just thought he would be in AEW for pretty much ever. Like, he was a founding member. I mean, hell, he was like the John Cena, some may say, of AEW. So to see him leave and eventually go back to the company that did him so wrong in the past was just like, well, that's insane. And, you know, this whole story, I thought it was really well, you know, them, you know, trying to get Ron into WrestleMania, like who's Ron's WrestleMania opponent gonna be, and then of course the entrance, you know, the adrenaline in my soul, na Cody Rhodes. I mean, it was awesome. The crowd was buzzing. Wrestling as more than one royal family. The arena went ape shit. I mean, I went ape shit. We all knew it was Cody. But it's one of those things in wrestling where you can look at and like, you know what? I knew it was happening, but at the same time, it's like, I'm still excited. Like, again, Stone Cold Steve Austin coming back. Like, it was like, we knew he was coming back and it was awesome, but man, it was just so awesome to see him it's still unreal. And the match they had at WrestleMania, I mean, it was just really good, man. Like, all around good stuff. Rollins, again, because you're seeing Rollins in this list a lot. You know, it shows that Rollins is definitely contention, in my opinion, one of the best wrestlers of this year. Like, that dude has been putting on banger after banger after banger after banger matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man was just on fire this year. Coming in at number 2. Rollins versus Rhodes 3, Hell in a Cell. Man, oh my goodness, man. Cody Rhodes. If this don't prove to you right here that Cody Rhodes is a trooper, hell, if this match doesn't prove that these wrestlers are troopers, I don't know what will. Cody Rhodes with a torn freaking pec, bro. You want to talk about Kurt Angle and his broken freaking neck. Cody Rhodes with his torn pec, his injury being the way it is, the reveal, still being able to carry on a match like that. The mind games of Seth Rollins coming out with the Dusty Rhodes, playing insult to injury. my God, man, this match was a whole lot of something. Emotion was at an all-time high. Tension was at an all-time high. It couldn't get any better than this. And just, I thought it definitely outclassed the WrestleMania match. I thought it definitely outclassed the WrestleMania, their WrestleMania Backlash match. Even though those two matches you can argue were just as good, all three of their matches were great, I will say. But this match, with just everything that went into it, I just thought it definitely deserved on being on the number 2 spot of the top 10 WWE matches of the year. And of course, I don't even think that this is even debatable. Coming in at number 1, Sheamus versus Gunther for the IC title at Clash at Castle. Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's be real. Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. This match was the banger of them all. Yes, I know I just said banger so many times. I know. I apologize. But I can't help it. I mean, it's not hard to deny it. This match was a banger, okay? Like the stare down, the physicality. Gunther has been presented like a monster at this point. And this match, it definitely gave Sheamus the will, you know, because Sheamus has kind of been hated on, I've noticed, by a lot of wrestling fans over the years. Like, he wasn't that likable back in the day, and it's just so amazing to see a guy who I knew he was always good. I was always a fan of Sheamus, so just finally see him get his flowers, especially on this night, the standing ovation from the Cardiff crowd. I was just like, thank you, goodness, thank you, God. Because Sheamus, that man is a tough mother effer. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't be in the ring with Gunther. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you also had Imperium fully being back together. Plus, you had the Brawling Brutes being by Sheamus' side. I mean, what a match. And the fact that this was over the Intercontinental title, Bret Hart was in the building, so you even know he had a smile on his face, like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what needs to happen. The Intercontinental title was important. Like, you could say on this show, the Intercontinental title was just as important as the Undisputed Universal title. You know what I'm saying? And it's really good because WWE used to do that back in the day. They really used to put a lot of meaning back in the mid-card titles. And then over the years, over the decades, they kind of lost meaning. So to see the Intercontinental title, you know, be featured in this magnitude of a match that is well deserving of being match of the year for me, in my opinion. Like I said, you probably may not agree that this is match of the year. It's awesome. And yeah. So with that being said, man, that has been my top 10 WWE matches of the year for 2022. I'm telling you, man, there were so many really good matches. Like, honorable mentions, I would say, was definitely Finn Balor and Edge at their little battle at Extreme Rules in the I Quit match. You know, I would definitely say that was a honorable mention. The Brawling Brutes versus Imperium and their little match at Extreme Rules, I would also put that in the honorable mention. There's so many really good matches that WWE put on this year. Great matches. I don't know if I'm saying good. Great matches. But in my opinion, these were the top 10. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. If you haven't checked out my last top 10 video I put out on AEW, it was the previous night, Christmas Eve. Go check that out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.